Luo Feng's heart stayed cold and clear because fear was useless. Only speed, timing, and ruthless decisions could buy him breathing room. He activated the second form of Shi Wu Yu Yi, and chaotic spatial currents erupted, ripping the void behind him into violent, twisting cracks. Hey friends, welcome back to 3D Cartoon Review. Let me ask you this. If a treasure hunt suddenly became a death sentence, would you gamble on one last escape, or accept the end quietly? At the end of last time, Luo Feng's Mosha avatar was crushed under the annihilating pressure of the Shi Jie Shu, and even breathing felt like sin. His plan to steal a single leaf failed brutally, and despair wrapped around his thoughts like iron wire tightening with every heartbeat. Only then did Luo Feng understand the truth. This wasn't a giant tree, but an existence that could command space-time at Yu Zhou Zhi Zhu level. Worse, the Shi Jie Shu wasn't guarding treasure for itself alone. It was sheltering 8 children, and it would erase any intruder without hesitation. With no path left, Luo Feng clenched his teeth and swallowed the fear that tasted like blood, because panic never saves anyone in Jiuyou. He thought long and hard, then chose a desperate method, transforming his body into a drifting silk ball, hiding motionless for months if needed. He would even use a Feng Wang slave as bait, betting once more against fate, against greed, and against that terrifying guardian. Time passed like cold sand. Luo Feng hid inside a mountain cave on a barren rock island, while sea wind howled outside, sounding like a warning he couldn't silence. He kept his aura sealed tight, listening to the tide, counting heartbeats, forcing his mind to stay sharp, because one mistake meant disappearance. Then, without omen, 7 foreign experts ripped through the sky and landed, their auras heavy enough to bend the air and crush weak spirits. Leading them was Shi Jing Wang, a special life form of the Bei Jiang Lian Meng, greedy and cruel, smiling like a predator tasting meat. Beside him stood Seiyazun Jie, calm and sharp, the kind of powerhouse who spoke little, because power itself was already language. Shi Jing Wang activated his innate secret art, Yu Zhou Zhi Jing, a divine mirror that reflected all things within a billion kilometers. His gaze swept once across the island, and his lips curled into a savage grin, because the mirror had found a fat, famous prey. He licked his lips, laughter vibrating with excitement, as if fortune had walked into his hands and begged to be harvested. Haha, it's the famous Daohe Wang, Shi Jing Wang said, eyes glittering, voice sharp with hunger and pride. So interesting, you dare come to Jiuyou Shi Kong too? He mocked, already picturing wings and blood in the same breath. His tone grew even colder when he spoke of the legendary wing treasure, the kind of supreme artifact that makes kings lose reason. If I find that wing treasure, he growled, this trip to Jiuyou Shi Kong will be more than worth it. The moment he finished, Shi Jing Wang sealed space around the mountain, locking the area like a cage with no door and no mercy. Danger struck Luo Feng's nerves like lightning, and he burst from the cave, wings flaring as he shot outward without hesitation. But the instant he emerged, he collided with the enemy's net, the sky already thick with killing intent and sealed with absolute control. Shi Jing Wang roared in delight. Enjoying the moment, prey realized it had become hunted, and his laughter rolled like thunder over the sea. Ha! Daohe Wang, can you still escape in front of me? He mocked, stepping forward like a mountain sliding downhill. Luo Feng's heart stayed cold and clear because fear was useless. Only speed, timing, and ruthless decisions could buy him breathing room. He activated the second form of Shi Wu Yu Yi, and chaotic spatial currents erupted, ripping the void behind him into violent, twisting cracks. Those tearing rifts lashed like invisible blades, meant to cut pursuit, force hesitation, and carve out one thin gap to slip through. But Shi Jing Wang's divine body was enormous, 2,000 times ordinary life, and he burned his god body without hesitation to surge faster. His eyes were blood-hot with greed, because to him treasure was worth any loss, any pain, any self-destruction, any humiliation. Seeing Luo Feng too slippery, Shi Jing Wang threw out a gigantic purple planet, radiating horrifying suction to capture him alive. The suction swallowed sea mist and air alike, dragging everything toward its core like a hungry star trying to devour an orbit. Luo Feng slashed with his wings, splitting the pull, forcing open a path, and slipping away with a hair's breadth of space. Shi Jing Wang's pride snapped, shame became rage, and rage became brutality as he opened his mouth like a beast revealing final fangs. He unleashed a supreme innate secret art, a formless roar that struck straight into the soul, bypassing armor, distance, and courage. Luo Feng's consciousness nearly shattered, as if an invisible hammer smashed his spirit, turning thoughts into broken glass in an instant. At the last moment, Ta Zhu guarded his soul core and stabilized him, saving his life by the smallest margin fate allowed. Luo Feng understood instantly he could not win in the air, not against that mirror, that body, and that soul roar. So he dove straight down into Jiuyou, the Sea of Death, infamous for swallowing kings and spitting out only silence. The water was black and heavy, pressure crushing in layers, and danger hid inside every current like teeth beneath waves. Even underwater, Shi Jing Wang chased without mercy, firing pillars of divine power that burned through the sea like spears of lightning. He condensed thousands of divine threads, hard as steel, weaving a net to bind Luo Feng and drag him back like captured prey. Luo Feng twisted through the threads, wings cutting, body slipping, but the net tightened, and the sea itself felt like an enemy. Just as Luo Feng was about to be seized, a colossal vortex opened on the seabed, spinning like a mouth that could grind worlds. From that vortex emerged a native expert at Yu Zhou Zhi Jing level. Aura violent, eyes blazing with territorial fury. He roared, "Foreign invaders! You dare disturb our Jiuyou clan, hand over your lives," and slammed into Shi Jing Wang. Their clash shook the deep sea. Waves collapsed, pressure surged. The shock nearly tore Luo Feng apart like paper in a storm. But that chaos was Luo Feng's only window, and he didn't waste a heartbeat pretending bravery when survival demanded speed. He turned and rushed into Jiuyou Zhi, the infamous natural meat grinder where even immortals become fragments. Seeing prey and two supreme treasures vanish into the death gate, Shi Jing Wang howled in despair, voice cracking like a dream being torn. "No! What a waste! Two supreme treasures, my two supreme treasures," he screamed, greed collapsing into helpless madness. Then fear finally beat greed. He fled at full speed, terrified the vortex would swallow him next, leaving nothing but regret behind. Inside Jiuyou Zhi, Lu Feng hid within his heavy treasure Zhen Feng Xing Chen, sealing himself away from the grinding force. The vortex's pull screamed around him, crushing stone, ripping water, threatening to grind bone, soul, and destiny into dust. He endured in silence, letting the treasure take punishment, forcing his mind to stay awake, because sleep here meant never waking again. Eventually, the vortex spat him out into a mysterious region deep beneath the sea, where red mist drifted like blood-stained fog. Luo Feng stepped out and instantly met a local army of 300 bushu, their killing intent disciplined, cold, and merciless. Before he could even test distance, he discovered the nightmare. Here, he could not teleport, and he could not use divine transfer either. No instant escape, no easy retreat, only pure speed, endurance, and cunning, like a beast trapped inside a cage, forced to keep running. The locals pursued with maddened focus, and Luo Feng sprinted through red mist, every breath tasting like iron and every heartbeat counting down. After barely shaking them off, he connected to Yu Zhou Zhi, calling for help with urgency he refused to show on his face. Hun Dun Chengju answered, voice heavy, telling him he had fallen into the lair of Jiuyou Zhi Zhu, a supreme existence. Even Zhu Shenjiao feared this being. Hun Dun Chengju warned, meaning Luo Feng had stumbled into a place where gods tread carefully. To protect his disciple, Hun Dun Chengju gave him a death avoidance token, a Jinpai Mianzi, and spoke with iron certainty. Just shout, he instructed. Jiuyou Zhi Zhu, I am Hun Dun's disciple. If he intervenes, you will definitely be safe. That single line became Luo Feng's lifeline, like a rope thrown into darkness. thin, terrifying, yet real enough to cling to. But Luo Feng's heart didn't relax, because relying on a name was still a gamble when the listener was a monster among monsters. Meanwhile, news spread fast across Rongyao Shiji. Daohe Wang had fallen into a dead zone, and survival looked impossible. Shi Jing Wang publicly confirmed it, gloating that Luo Feng was dead and the treasures were lost, savoring the rumor like sweet wine. His laughter traveled further than truth, and in the universe, loud lies often feel safer than quiet uncertainty to those who fear hope. At the same time on Zijin Dao, the sky lit up with brilliant five-colored radiance, signaling an event that shook many factions. Zhenyan Wang finally broke through after years of suppression, ascending into Yu Zhou Zhi Jing. Joy barely formed before it shattered. He heard his disciple was driven by Shi Jing Wang into Jiuyou Zhi Zhu like prey forced into a grave. Zhen Yanzunjie erupted in fury, pulling out a black staff once used to roam battlefields, aura of Feng Wang Wu Di roaring back. He stared into the distance, teeth clenched, voice like steel scraping stone, promising revenge with the certainty of blood. "My disciple treats me like family," he growled. "Shi Jing Wang dares bully him. How could I ever spare you? I'll use you to offer this staff." Zhen Yanzunjie shouted, and true rage made the sky feel colder around his words. In an instant, he teleported to the barren rock island and lay in ambush like a patient beast, waiting for Shi Jing Wang to return. He didn't shout again. Real fury becomes silent, because it doesn't need to prove itself. It only needs time. Back in that red mist region, a noble local prince received word that an outsider, Ushu, had invaded their territory. The prince smiled with eerie amusement, eyes narrowing, voice playful and cruel, as if hunting was just entertainment for bored nobility. "I'm also Bushu," he said lightly. "I wonder who is stronger, me or him. Come, lead the way." A bounty order spread across the realm like wildfire, and the world itself seemed to tighten around Luo Feng's throat. Luo Feng used his highest grade detector and hid beneath a deep lake, sinking into darkness, slowing breathing, erasing presence. Water pressed against him like cold hands, and he forced his heartbeat to become quiet, because even sound felt like a flare. But he didn't expect the locals' divine power could resonate with the world itself, detecting foreign presence like land, recognizing an intruder. Not much time passed before Luo Feng's hiding place was pierced, his location exposed like blood splashed onto white snow. He burst upward and ran again, forced into a life-or-death race against an entire world closing its net step by step. Behind him were pursuers. Ahead of him were unknown rules. Inside him was pressure demanding calm, because panic would only make dying faster. And that's where episode 207 ends. Luo Feng trapped in an alien lair. Teleportation sealed, bounty spreading, while enemies and fate chase together. So tell me, if you were Luo Feng, would you trust that Jinpai Mianxi and shout the name boldly, or keep hiding and gamble on speed? Drop your theory in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because next time, the hunter may finally meet a hunter.